So I'm walking over to my parents' house right now. They just live down the street, around the corner actually. We share the mower currently. We have plans for a new mower in the future that we're going to share that'll be a little bit better for everybody. But this morning I thought I'd just walk down here. My dad and I are going to work on a project, and so I thought I'd just walk the mower down here and then we'll get started on our project. So the plan for today is to dig out around this valve box here. The end goal is to move it just over here into this area. And so we'll dig around this, make some room. We'll dig a hole over here so that there's room. And then my dad has someone hired to come in to move the valves, put in new valves over here in this new hole that we're gonna dig. And then what we wanna do is we wanna dig over here because there's some broken pipe over here that we wanna take a look at as well. And make sure that everything is sealed off and good to go. So here's the pipe that comes out of the valve box this way. And you can see here's the wire right here. This is the area where it was bubbling up, so we've still got to dig this out a little bit better to see what's going on. Train's going by, so it's probably hard to hear, but it looks like this was coming out of the valve box here, and then it tees off right here, and the brake is just right off this tee. Not sure where this part goes, but this is broken. So the main feed comes in right here, goes under this one, this top one here, and it runs along with the underneath the broken one out that way. Okay, we got everything cleaned out.
I think they went.
The main line here, old valve system, and then we have everything cleaned out here for the new valve system that'll be put in a couple days.
So we had to splice this wire into the old existing wire. So this cover will cover the splices, so I can get to them if there's ever a problem, and that way they're not buried and get rusty and corroded. And then instead of having 4 valves now, which one of them didn't even exist to anything, now we have 3 good ones, Rainbirds, with an isolation valve on the manifold, so I can shut it off here if I ever have to change a diaphragm or solenoid, and a drain valve where I can drain the system, so in the wintertime I can winterize it.
Awesome. And are you gonna? You said you're gonna put some gravel in here.
I'm gonna dig this. I'm gonna dig this out. I'm gonna fill that up with gravel, so that way it'll drain. And then I'll level everything out with gravel. That way the box will be just a little bit above grade. Same with this box, just a little above or at grade, so that way I can get to it.
Awesome.
I think it's a big improvement.
Looks really good.
And I know where everything's at for the future.
So I went back to my parents' house a couple days after that and helped my dad backfill and put the sod back on top where it should go. To the best of our knowledge, we didn't keep track of where everything came out, but that's okay. We filled in any gaps with compost mulch, and that will help retain moisture and give room for the turf to grow together and come back to one piece again over time, of course. That's one of the things that those projects, you know, you take over an existing house. They bought that house a couple months ago, and they didn't have any idea where anything was. And to top that off, everything was done super goofy. So just know that if you buy an existing house, you may not know where things are, and you got to do projects like that to, one, improve the system, and two, to find out where things are in the yard and how things come together and where the zones are and how everything's tied together. So with that, that's all for this one. I hope that's helpful. I hope you enjoyed that. Please like the video and consider subscribing, and we'll see you in the next one.